everyone. It's Kayla with the Celebration Company. Happy Friday, y'all. This has been such a long week. The snow has made this week just feel like it's just been a 2-week long week. And I'm glad it's finally Friday. I am over this snow. I couldn't say it more. I am over the snow. I'm not made for snow. I'm made for sun and for warmth. And I'm ready for the snow to go. But anyways, it's not quite gone yet. Y'all, we have a brand new product on the website and we are so excited about it around here. Y'all have seen them. You know what they are. You have probably got some in your house, or your parents or your grandparents had one, and that is the Hen on the Nest candy dish. We now have these on our website available for purchase. They are $17.99, and they are full size, just the same size as a regular one would be. And this allows you the opportunity to paint one whatever color your heart may desire. How stinking adorable are these? I mean, come on. So it's got the lid. It's hollow inside. You can put candy in it, or trinkets or whatever you might want to put in it. But anyways, these are new and we're going to paint one today. And I'm wanting to give it this sort of a look. So this is my inspiration. This is a crock that I have, and I just want to give it that kind of a look. So that's what we're going for. So we'll see what happens, see if I can achieve it. But that's my plan, at least. So we'll see what we can come up with. So when you hop on and say hello, let me know that you're watching. I hope you've had a really great week. Let's see who we've got joining me today. Hi, Dale. Hello, Carol. Hey, Diane. Hello, Teresa. I am good. How are you? You're good because you're sitting there having a glass of wine. It's the perfect day for that. Hi, Danae. Hey, Lori. Calling for frigid temps and 5 to 7 inches of snow. No, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. They've been talking about snow around here, but there's not been much like definitive, it's like they've been saying, I think like 0 to 2 inches. So I doubt we're going to get any more, but it is supposed to get very cold tomorrow, which I'm not looking forward to. I know, Danae, and it's so cute. Another snowstorm coming in this weekend into Jersey. No fun. Hi, Nancy. Happy Friday. Hello, Myrna. Hi, Sandy. Hey, Pam. Happy Friday. Hi, Rhonda. Hey, Lynn. Lynn, I forgot to send it right before I went live. So I sent the message right as I was going live. So I just sent it a little bit, a smidgen late. Hey, Marsha. Hi, Jamie. Hey, Doreen. Hello, Barbara. Hi, Kathy. Hello, Natalie. Hey, Tina. Okay, no, Nina. I was thinking your name was Natalie. I'm sorry. Nina. Hello, Nina from Kansas. Oh, fun, Carolyn. Hey, Stephanie. Hi, Barbara. Hello, everybody. Good to see all of y'all today. Okay, so here we go. Let's get into it because this might take a minute since we got to paint all of this. But here's the thing about these. You can do so much with these. You could simply just paint with a layer of triple thick and have a milk glass looking Hen on Nest. So you can simply just do that. Use the triple thick. We have this on our website. Do a couple of coats of this, and you've got a milk glass looking Hen on Nest. You could paint it any color you want to, and use the triple thick on top of it and have a ceramic looking, glass looking Hen on Nest. So any color would work. You could just paint it and distress it and almost give it this wood type of a look and have something completely different from what you're used to seeing. It is Lynn, it sure is. But today I'm taking inspiration from this crock that I have. So I want to get this sort of look, this kind of antique, what is this called? It's a type of stoneware. It's like a brown stoneware. I've got a bowl that looks kind of like this. So that's kind of the look I'm going for today. So we'll see what happens. Okay, we'll see what happens. I don't know if it's going to come out or not, but we're going to give it a go. Okay. Hey, Joan. All right. So let's grab some paint, brushes, and some cups. Let's see here. I'm going to start just with, do I want to start with this, or let me start with this actually. Okay, and I'm starting with the color Honey Brown. I may adjust it just slightly. I'm not sure yet. And we're going to paint the whole thing in this Honey Brown. So I'm kind of looking at the undertone of this. I think I want to add some mustard to it, which I don't have any mustard. So let me add just some yellow. This is cadmium yellow. Get off of my popsicle stick, please. Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay. Gonna add a little bit of yellow to this. I think I'm gonna go a little bit more. I really don't know what I'm doing. We're playing right now. All right. I think I like that. So this is not going to be the final color. This is just the base coat. Okay, we're going to be adding some things on top of this. Okay, so I did Honey Brown and cadmium yellow mixed together. And we're going to paint our hen in this color, which is a really pretty color. It's kind of like a mustardy type color. Hey Sharon, hi Adriana, good to see y'all today. What's everyone got planned this weekend? I don't have much planned. I was supposed to go to church tonight for a dinner, but that was rescheduled due to the weather. So now my best friend and I are going to go out to dinner tonight. And then I don't know what I'm doing the rest of the weekend, but no plans are in place right now. That is what I love about the winter. That is about the only thing. Gina, it's not milk glass. So this is one of the new pieces available on our website. So you can grab one if you want to for yourself. And then, so this is just a DIY piece that it's made to look like the classic hen on nest that you are so familiar in seeing. But it's not glass, so we're not painting over a glass one. And you can get these on our website, thecelebrationsco.com. Okay, so we've got one coat of that onto the top. Now let's do the bottom. And I am not going to paint the inside just for the sake of being live and not wanting to take forever, because y'all don't want to sit and watch me paint for hours. So We're just going to do the outside. It's kind of like a candy jar, candy dish, which is what you can use it for, or little knickknacks or trinkets, jewelry, just for decoration, which is what I typically would use it for. The one that I have, I don't put anything in it. I just use it to sit around to be cute, really, is the only reason why I use it, because it's just cute. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and dry this so that I can flip it over and just get that top. She is good, Teresa. She's doing very well. Yay, Deborah. By the way, I will mention these are made to order, so when you order them, please just allow a little extra time for shipping, because we may have to make it, okay? We may not have it already available and ready to ship out. Sometimes you'll get it pretty fast, and other times it'll take a little bit, and it just depends too on the quantity of orders we get on these as well. Stephanie, maybe, probably not, just because I won't feel the need, I'm sure. But obviously, if I was making this just for me and not live, I would probably go on and paint the inside. There's only so much time around here. Okay. So there we go. We got that painted. It turned out a little more orangey, I think, than I wanted. But it's okay. I think we're going to do a second coat. We might adjust it a little bit, make it a little more brown. Hey, Connie, good to see you. Hi, Jessica. Let me get this dry. You can see how it covered, so it didn't cover really great. So we'll do a second coat of this. All right, I'm gonna grab some raw umber and add a little raw umber to this to try and brown it up a little bit and make it less orangey. Don't necessarily want it to be darker. That is better for sure, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough or not, so I'm going to add a little bit more of these other colors. This one is $17.99. All right. Okay, there we go. So this is a little bit more like a khaki color. I think that's closer to what I want. Okay, you'll see the difference. So let's just get a quick quick second coat on here, and then we'll move on to the next step. Again, this is just creating that base coat. This is going to take a couple of different layers in order to achieve the final look. Hopefully I can achieve the look that I'm going for. We shall see, we shall see. This color is much, much better though. Okay, there we go. All right, so there's the top. Okay, let's get the bottom real quick. Has anyone started watching Bridgerton yet? Oh, I'm so excited. I am so excited. I haven't started watching it, but I'm excited. Susan says, yes, it's awesome. So she's already been watching it. Patty watched the first episode yesterday. All right, let's get this dry so we can flip it over. No, it is not the rustic sunflower daisy. Let me know what your name is. It is not. So this is a new piece available on our website. We print these here in our home studio. And so these are made to order. These are perfect for your own DIY creations. So Patty put the link there for you to grab one if you would like. So you can just create whatever kind of look you want. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I would definitely feel very guilty about painting a real one. And so this is a great way to just have some fun with it. But when we're done with it, it's going to look like a glass hen on nest, not like a 3D printed hen on nest. Hi, Kelly. Thanks for joining today. Okay, so we've got our first coat. So we'll move on to our second coat next. And we're going to be using a combination, I think, of milk chocolate and raw umber. Milk chocolate's not quite the right color. It's going to be a little bit too red. This isn't perfectly covered, but it's good enough because, like I said, we are going to be doing more layers. So I don't watch either one of those, Teresa. I don't do well with shows like that. My mom loves those. And Andrew has watched them. But I've only seen bits and pieces. Okay, hang on a second, y'all. Nose is running. All right, so let's mix together our next color. So we'll take our milk chocolate. Let's put some of that in there. Again, I'm trying to get this look, okay? So milk chocolate, and then I'm going to add a little bit of raw umber to it. The milk chocolate's close, but it's just not quite right. It needs to be a little less red. Of course, milk chocolate, you know, is the color that I use to resemble rust. So it's definitely too rusty for me. But I think this it's not quite right, I don't think. Let me add trying to decide what color I want to add. I think I want to add a little bit of red. Let's do Santa red. Okay, now let's see what we get. It's close. I think I'm gonna go with it. All right. Okay, so now I'm gonna grab my pouncer. I'm also gonna grab a baby wipe. And I am literally just figuring this out as I go, okay? So this is, don't know for sure how this is gonna go. All right, so in order to get the same type of texture that's on this jar, it has, I don't know if y'all can see it, but it has sort of a speckledy-like texture. It's not solid. And so that's what I want to create. So I'm going to take my pouncer and I'm going to pounce my color on instead of brushing it on, in hopes to get a little bit of that other color showing through. That's at least what my thought is. So let's see what happens, shall we? Okay. It's not quite giving what I want. What we might have to do is come back over it. I don't know for sure. I'm literally just figuring this out as I go, y'all. Let me grab a brush. And I'm just going to use this to get into up underneath the little dots. And this actually might be better. Or if I just come back over the spots that I've already painted to loosen that up a little bit so it's not so thick. And so we can see that color coming through it. Then I also want to take a baby wipe, and I just want to come in as this is drying and just go around some of the edges, some of the raised areas, and just very gently kind of remove some of that paint in those areas. So you can really tell here on the bottom. I like how that looks. See that? I think we're getting somewhere, y'all. I'm gonna add a little bit more through here. I think I'm liking this. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Okay. All right, that's looking good. And I'm just kind of coming back and removing some of it. And just revealing a little bit of that color underneath. All right. Okay, I'm liking that a lot. It looks really good right in here. Can y'all see that? Connie, I didn't actually. I didn't go to college, so didn't major in anything. However, I always wanted to be an interior designer. That's what I thought that I would go to school for. But then my husband, when we got married very young, I was 20 when we got married, and he was in school when we got married. And so we were faced with all the school loans from his, and after, I just decided it wasn't for me. I didn't want to go to school for that. And so I didn't. And I just decided I didn't want to go to school, and that's where I am. All right, so I'm just kind of removing a little bit of this around those high points. I'm going to come in here, just taking my wet and just dabbing it all over. Oh, this is looking good. I'm liking this a lot. Okay. Here we go. All right. Okay, so that's how that is looking. Let's do the top now. I think we're looking pretty close. Okay. So I'm going to remove some of the paint. I think I'm just going to stick with the brush. That seems to be doing. I'm not going to do the inside because it's not going to be seen. You know what I mean? But you can definitely do the inside. I know it kills y'all when I don't do that, but for the sake of time being on a live, I just don't want to take the time to do it. Okay. Now, when we get to the little hen here, we're going to do the same thing with our wipe, and we're just going to just very gently start to just kind of remove a little bit of the paint from some of the higher points like that. So I'm just very, very gently rubbing my baby wipe over top. Just to, it's going to bring out a little bit of the definition and just make some of that stand out. Okay, and then we're just going to keep on going. So do a little at a time so that it doesn't all dry before you get a chance to work with it. Yeah, it was a combination of things for me. I took a job when we lived in Ohio working for an interior designer at a high-end furniture store. And while working there, I did some design jobs. I helped some people with some design jobs, and I just decided I just couldn't do it. It wasn't for me. I didn't want to do it full time. I enjoyed doing it for fun. I enjoyed doing it for myself and for my friends, but it just wasn't for me full time. And so that was another huge factor. You know, we didn't think it was a really good idea to go back to school for me and take on even more debt. And so there were just lots of different factors that went into it that just made me decide I just wasn't interested. Okay. All right, so this is looking good. It's a good thing that's not glass. All right. Okay, so let me show y'all. Can y'all see that? Show you how this is looking. Oh my goodness, I'm loving it. I am loving it. Okay, so we're almost there. We've got 2 more steps to do. All right, let's try this really well. All right. Now we're going to do a wash on this, okay? So we're going to wash it with the raw umber. I want to make sure this is completely dry. Before we wash it. All right, so now we're going to take our raw umber. Done with those, I do believe. All right, I'm going to grab some gloves, even though my hands are already filthy. Okay. And I'm going to grab a couple of more wipes. Thank you, Jerry, for sprinkling. All right, so now we'll just take the raw umber. I'm just going to use this brush here. And we're going to wash the whole thing. The raw umber is going to set into some of the crevices, making those stand out even more. Okay, So I'm just going to take it. So we just got several different layers going on here. You want to make sure to not leave it sitting for too long, because then you won't be able to remove it. And we want this to get into some of those deeper crevices. And this is just going to give it more layers. Make some of that stand out a little bit more. Especially around that little beaded trim there. So cute. All right, now let's get the top. I know, won't it be so fun? And I am loving this. I'm really glad that I decided to go this route with it. I wasn't real sure what I wanted to do, but I'm glad we did this. That looks so good. Okay, let's do the hen now. Which I have to be a little bit more careful with, because it'll be really easy to wipe it all out. But we really want it to get where we've got some of the high places, we've got the light color, and then in the low places, we want the dark color. You know, and so it'll be really easy to pull all of that paint out. So you do want to be very gentle when removing, so that you don't pull all the paint, but only on the top surfaces. So I'm just kind of raking my wipe across. Okay, and then the last little bit here. All right, so then we're gonna dry it, and we're ready for the last step. Yes, Elaine, this is one of our new products, the Hen on Nest, and it is vintage inspired, of course, but it is not vintage. And we're painting this to look like a piece of pottery. So I am loving how it looks. It has really turned out really cool. with the different variations. All right. Just want to make sure it's good and dry. And then we're going to do the last step, and that's the triple thick. Triple thick has a very high gloss. Look at this. Can you even? And it's really cool just like that. You could leave it just like that. But we want some shine to this because I want it to look like glass or like pottery rather. Not really glass, but more like pottery. So we want to definitely put that triple thick on there. Okay. Hey, Laura, good to see you, girl. Okay. So, here we go. Let's grab some triple thick. All right. Here we go. So this is triple thick. This is available on the website, and it is a very high gloss shine, and it has a thickness to it. And so it just creates this glass-like look like none other. It's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Okay, let me find a brush that I don't think is going to bleed. Let's go with this one. All right, so, and you apply it pretty thickly. I don't know if that's a word. Thick. Apply it pretty thick. In the thicker areas, like in between these little beads, it will get kind of like a bluish look to it, but it will dry clear. It would have looked even cooler if I had left the bottom, instead of doing the bottom, if I had left it plain, it would have looked a lot more, not plain, but like, you know, like the bottom of that piece that I'm using as inspiration. I didn't even think about it until just now. Like that. If I had left it like that, that would have been really cool. All right, I'm just going around all these little beads here, trying to remove a little bit out from in between them, because they gets pretty thick in there. All right, I'm going to dry this down a little bit. You can already see the shine that this takes on. It does take a bit for it to dry. So I'm going to dry it down some, and then we'll do the top, then we'll come back to this. Look at that. See that eye shine? All right. I'm going to leave that sit there for a minute while I do the hen. It was not Michelle. This is a new item on the website. You can grab and do your own painting on it. Just made to look like the hen that you are so used to seeing. So we decided to paint this one to look like where this right here was the inspiration, this little crock. Which I would have liked it with or without the triple thick. It was beautiful before as well. Time is it? 4:30. Okay, I'm doing good. All right. Okay. Dropping it. Okay. All right, let me dry it. You can do multiple coats as well of the triple thick to make it even glossier, even shinier, and to even make that coat look even thicker. All right, here's how this is looking. I'm going to set it aside, and let's do the top of this piece. I think I need a little bit more triple thick. Thank you, Victoria. I'm glad you like it. Alright, just making sure I get into all those little beads on the side. Y'all, I went to Kroger today for I go grocery shopping twice a month. Twice a month, too much. But anyways, grocery shopping is such a pain in the butt when it is snowy outside. Also, does it take anyone else like hours? Because it takes me a good solid 4 hours to go to the grocery, load the groceries, unload the groceries, put the groceries away, empty out the fridge, do dishes, clean up, all the stuff. It takes me a solid 4 hours. All right, let's try this, and I'm going to put it together and show you what it looks like. It really should sit and dry, this product. It can be a little sticky if it's not quite dry enough. Hey, Evelyn. Thanks for joining today. Good to see you. But it does dry pretty fast, though. It doesn't, even though it's thick, it doesn't take too long to dry. Also, remember with all of these products, they are 3D printed. And if you get it too hot, it can warp, it can become flexible, pliable. So do be careful with that. I know, Deborah, I just don't like doing that. I used to do it all the time. But I just got to where I don't like it. I prefer to go in because then I can see everything. I do a better job at knowing what all I need. And I like to pick out my own stuff. See, I'm not always that prepared, Jessalyn. It's like last night came. It was like 8 o'clock last night, and I'm like, crap, I need to go to the grocery store tomorrow. I always go on Fridays. And I have not made a list, and I have not cleaned out the fridge. Okay. Here it is. It's a little sticky, so I'm not going to leave this in here for very long because I don't want it to get stuck together. But here's how it turned out. I think it needs another coat, but we're going to stop right there for now. But I think another coat of triple thick would do it well. But look how cute that turned out. Are you kidding me? So here's the inspiration. And here's how it turned out. What do you think? I think we did a pretty good job. And of course, paint the inside, you know, but we left that part off. How cute! Can you believe it? So y'all, make sure you grab you a hen and chicken. You're gonna have so much fun painting these. Again, you can do so many different things. Any color of paint and a layer of triple thick is gonna make it look like glass. You don't even have to put a layer of paint on it. You can just paint it as it is, and it's going to look like milk glass. So you've got so many options with this. It's crazy. I chose to make mine look more like pottery rather than like glass. But you can paint it jadeite color. I also thought about this would be a really pretty color using this spa blue and then doing the triple thick. That would be gorgeous. You could also paint it and distress it and make it look like wood as well. Evelyn, you absolutely can. TheCelebrationCompany.com. Go to our website. You can search for Hen on Nest and you'll find it. I believe Patty has also posted the link a couple of times in the comments here, so you can grab it there as well. These are made to order, so do allow a little bit of time, a little bit of extra time for shipping. We still are pretty quick with our shipping, even still with needing to manufacture these. But still give us a little extra time than what typically would be. Typically, we would have your orders out within a few days or within a week. This could take 2 weeks, depending. Okay. But anyways, gorgeous. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I hope you all enjoy this. Have a fabulous day and a fabulous weekend, y'all. Happy Friday.